What's going on, guys? It's snoov603 bringing you a Battlefield 3 multiplayer tips and tricks and hints and all sorts of goodies video just for you guys. I'm going to focus on a couple things. One, just kind of the overall gameplay, some tips that should help you in any game. They're just pretty general hints, but to me, I really think they're going to help pay off to make these games a lot easier for you guys. And then I'm also going to specifically focus on the Assault class, because that's the one I pretty much solely use at the moment. And I've got a couple of things for you guys that, again, using that class I think will really help you in the future. So, first off, for the gameplay side, just in general, rely on cover. These maps are so freaking huge. There's no, but there's also so detailed, there's no need for you to go running down the middle of the map where there's no cover whatsoever. You do that, you're going to get sniped every single time. So, what you need to do for every map is identify some different routes where you can almost zigzag across the map. Like, you know, there are so many different like boulder patches and trees and shrubs and stuff. There's no need to just run down the middle of the road. Work from cover to cover. You know, I don't know, 20, 50 meters at a time, whatever it takes. And work in a zigzagging pattern. You work in a straight line. If someone sees you moving in that short gap between one spot to the next, they're going to know where you are if you're just working that straight line, because maybe they see you in a second and then a third gap and they realize, oh, okay, this guy's going, and just like he's beelining. Granted, from cover to cover, but I know in that next open spot, I'm going to see him, I'm going to pick his ass off. You zigzag, they might miss you on, you know, they'll see you on the first spot or even the second spot. It doesn't matter. They're going to miss you at the next spot where they think you're going to be going if you're moving in a completely straight line. So, move from cover to cover, but zigzag. One of the other big things, it was kind of the way I played in Battlefield Bad Company 2, but it's different in this. But what I used to do, and what you should not do, is get in a building and sit in the windows trying to snipe people. There are a few maps here and there where there's a few very select spots that will work, but in general, for the most part, vast majority of the time, it is a bad idea. It's like sitting in a window in this game is like taking the initiative of yourself to paint a huge red dot sight on your torso and face. It makes it so easy for people to focus in on you and take your ass out in a heartbeat. So, my best suggestion, avoid it. The other thing, get in a squad that doesn't rely on vehicles. I did play this game, I don't even know what night it was. It was recently, and I tried getting in with a squad, and we got separated. They got on the other team, and I got put on the other team, and I just got put in some random squad. It's like one of the few times it's happened in the game, so I'm not concerned that it's like, oh, it's all EA issue. It's not. It was a fluke. I'm not concerned. But, unfortunately, the squad I was put into, the whole squad was just playing in vehicles. Like, all they cared about was getting in tanks and choppers. If that's your thing, cool, stay in there. I, however, like doing all the killing myself, as morbid as that sounds. I'm all about the first-person shooter, not first-person driver. So I want to actually be on the ground with my gun and making all the kills. I don't want to be in a tank and just using a machine gun that's mounted on top. So, what you need to do is, you know, go ahead, hit start, back out of that squad, and try and pick up another squad where people aren't doing that. And you can be picky-choosy. I mean, it might take you a couple tries to get in the ideal one. They don't even have to be very good players, but they need to be in the thick of the action in order to give you a chance to get all those kills, you know, to become that good player that runs up the score and everything. If you're stuck in a squad and you just leave yourself there with people that are sitting in tanks, unfortunately, it's probably not going to happen. Last thing, the grenades. You know, I've noticed they don't really play that big of a role in this game as much as I thought they would. And people don't use them the way I think that they should be. Me personally, and pro tip, save them. Do not use them. They're kind of finicky on their accuracy, and they have like a weird mechanic to them as you throw them. So, personally, I think you should hold on to them for this exact situation right here. We're defending the shit out of that MCOM. It's already been armed. We're counting down the last couple of seconds till it's ready. What I like to do is move up, arm it, and then back out. Wait like anywhere between 5 and 10 seconds. Try and look around corners and stuff. See what it looks like for enemies coming in. and then I'll just randomly lob it and throw it right on that MCOM. Especially if I see several people coming, I'll quickly back out into cover, throw the grenade, and then try and start picking people off. If I die, I've got that grenade to keep them honest until hopefully someone else comes up and backs me up, and hopefully defends the MCOM after my death. But I've got my grenade kind of like as my insurance plan. It's my plan B, and it buys our team a couple of more seconds of time to get back there and defend before the enemy can go ahead and defuse the bomb, or the MCOM site. Okay, as far as the assault class goes, I gotta tell you, I don't know what everyone else is using. I tried the engineer class. I wasn't really that big of a fan. I don't really have any interest in using whatever the LMG class is, and sniping is just a joke in this game. It's really tough. So I'm sorry, I take that back. It's not a joke. It's very, very challenging, and I do not have the skill set for it. So I'm just gonna stick with my assault rifles. So on to the assault class. You have a med pack. Fucking use it. Dude, like, you know, you're running along and you always hear your teammates, I need a fucking med pack. So you're like, okay, well, here you go. But, dude, I can't be the only person that's playing on this game as a, you know, on the assault class that's running around with med packs. If you're using the assault class, throw down those med packs every single chance you get. I don't know what the limit is. I'm sure I believe there's a time limit in between when you can throw down each med pack. I rarely, unless I'm trying to throw them like back to back, I haven't run into the problem of where I can't throw down a med pack. But see, right there, it's a perfect example. I'm getting in a firefight with someone. Before I stick my head back up, I'm going to let my health almost completely regen, and I'm going to stay as close to that med pack as I can. Right now, the guy's gone, so I'm not worried about it. But the moment you see a couple of the guys and you're going to engage, you drop into cover and you throw that fucking med pack down. Because if, like, you're opting not to have health. It's like, you know what? I actually want to go into this guy with 1% health left, and that's how I'm going to fight. It's just dumb. Like, you have the med pack. Use it. Now, the other thing is, if you're running along and you say, okay, well, here's a group of my guys, and they're engaging the enemy, but I don't want to play here. I'm going to go up, take advantage of this distraction that my team is creating. I'm going to come up and flank them. Throw a med pack down into those guys, because you're using them to your advantage. So you need to help them in any way you can for them to continue to help you. So throw that med pack down instantly on those guys and then continue. Same thing. Look at this guy. He just spawned right there. What a dummy. And then right here, I believe I do it. I'm not entirely sure. It's been armed. As soon as you go into cover, throw down another goddamn med pack. See, there's the grenade trick. You arm it, you move, and then you throw it. Buys you a couple of seconds. But as soon as you arm the MCOM, move into the next room, just any adjacent room, and throw down a med pack, even if you're not going to sit there, because it's going to benefit your team as they come in to defend that armed MCOM. It's just, dude, you have it. Use it. Just quickly on revival, don't revive right in the middle of a firefight. Like, wait until they're all completely gone, or get completely behind cover. Maybe you get like in the doorway and just stick your hands out and revive them. But it just doesn't make any sense because the guy's just going to get shot again anyway. For the assault rifle guns themselves, don't use the ACOG. That's an unholy piece of garbage, to borrow Fake Thriller's term. I find it extremely difficult to aim with. The red dot sight is boss. I would totally rely on that. For long range shots, switch to single fire and slow down your firing speed. It's still really, really accurate and you get way less recoil. Let's see here, what's left? I mean, that's really it, dude. There's not much to it. Just the last couple thoughts, slow down. This is not really a run and gun game, so don't try and play it like that because you're going to get your ass handed to you every single time. Check all possible coverage moving from point to point and sweep your vision from left, right. Just, you're going to find someone. There's plenty of people on every team. You're going to come across someone eventually as you're doing that. I mean, that's it. Those are really the basic multiplayer game tips. I'm going to come up with one that's much more comprehensive pretty soon, either myself or Fake Thriller, but we're going to come up with one that, again, will be much more comprehensive and should help you guys become really, really good players of this game. But other than that, that's it. It's a snoov603 for Shustybang. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and comment. I love seeing feedback, and you guys have not been letting me down lately, and I truly, truly appreciate that. Thanks for checking us out. Later, guys.
Hey guys, check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/fakethriller and twitter.com/snoov603.